We are now going into the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery. The Tasmanian Art Gallery features artworks from Tasmanian artists. The museum has highlights from Tasmanian history, and I am told even a replica of the now extinct Tasmanian tiger. Join me, let's find out. Tasmanian Museum is a true testament to Tasmania's rich history, cultural diversity, and unique natural heritage. Visitors are greeted by a stunning collection of fossils, minerals, and the unique flora and fauna that tell the story of Tasmania's geological evolution.
So you've got geology over in the corner, a lovely sort of cross-sectional map of the different kinds of rocks to be found in different parts of Tasmania. And of course a lot of people know about some of them, like the East Coast granite and all of the mining that goes on the West Coast. You know, there's a bit of an understanding of those sorts of things. In the middle you see some really old fossils. You know, we have fossils back to billions of years ago. So far no dinosaurs, but you know, it seems fair to assume that they were here. Marine environments down the side. Here's a slab of Huon pine. Do you know Huon pine? Yes. And the oil in it actually repels marine borers. So, you know, they didn't have to coat them with copper and that kind of stuff to make them a seaworthy ship. Later on, of course, they discovered the beautiful figured kinds of Huon pine, you know, the ones with the lovely patterns sort of inside that they've then used for furniture and picture frames and that sort of thing.
From fluorescent minerals to Huon pine to replicas of now extinct creatures, these exhibits capture the essence of what is Tasmania.
The button grass, you've got some special things like these little burrowing crayfish. For the Thylacine, Tasmanian tiger, which, you know, was also a marsupial carnivore. And was basically hunted to extinction. By the time that the powers that be realised that that's where it was headed, it was too late to turn it around. In the late 19th century, the government had been paying a bounty, you know, paying for everyone that was brought in. The sheep farmers were convinced that the Thylacines were killing their sheep, which they did kill some of the sheep. The thinking now is that many more sheep were killed by actual wild dogs. You know, the British brought hunting dogs with them, and many of those dogs went wild.
Museum is a celebration of Tasmania's first inhabitants. From intricately designed tools and artifacts to storytelling sessions by the elders, this museum creates a space for visitors to interact with and learn from the values and wisdom of Tasmania's original custodians.
The relationship between the colonists and the Aboriginal peoples sort of developed from being sort of interested bystanders of each other's activity to being full-on war. There was a period that was actually referred to already at the time as the Black Wars in the late 1820s. And one of the things that was tried, you know, as a kind of last-ditch attempt was this business of rounding up the remaining tribal people and taking them to Flinders Island. And the man who took on the job of trying to do that was the man in the middle of this picture. His name is George Augustus Robinson. But you know, again, this would be like a centrepiece in your drawing room.
This gallery has an impressive collection of paintings, sculptures and artworks by local Tasmanian artists. It encapsulates the culture and history of Tasmania through art.
On the Raja, and the Raja was a female convict transport, and the artist has depicted each of those female convicts as an individual. So, you know, although we have heaps of records of convicts, both male and female, written records, of course we don't have their images. And the artist wanted to show us that convict women, you know, each convict woman was a different person.
You may be a history buff, or an art or nature enthusiast, or simply someone looking for an interesting experience. Tasmanian Museum has it all. And while you are there, connect with the wonderful Felicity. Felicity will guide you through the exhibits and has many interesting stories to tell.